The Sunrisers Hyderabad finished the 2023 edition of the IPL in 10th position. To go from there to making it to the finals of the 2024 IPL speaks volumes not only to the good recruitment that the franchise did, but also to the genius of Captain Pat Cummins, who has galvanized a side that, truth be told, many people felt had their strengths, but also had a few glaringly obvious weaknesses. That side ended up securing a top 2 finish and then, after winning qualifier 2, a spot in the IPL final as well. And given the kind of luck that Pat Cummins has been having, or the kind of run, I may say, Pat Cummins has been having in recent times, few would bet against Cummins actually getting the trophy. And there's of course an interesting thing about SRH and Australian trophies, and Australian captains rather, that end up winning them the trophies. But how is it that SRH have fared when you're talking about the previous times they played the finals? Now, quick disclaimer, we're not counting 2009 because yes, whilst I was a Hyderabad-based team, the Deccan Chargers were under totally different owners, and so they're not being counted. They're counted as a separate team in the history of the IPL. SRH are not a continuation per se. They were a new franchise that just took over an old one, so we're not counting that. But with that in mind, let's take a look at how it is that SRH have fared in IPL finals. And of course, the first one of them was 2016, and what a fairy tale final that was for David Warner's men. Again, they were facing an RCB side who were in imperious form in that particular season, and they were facing them in Bengaluru. Again, few would have bet against RCB finally breaking their long jinx when it came to IPL titles. And again, SRH posted 208 for 7 in the first innings, but that didn't seem like a very big total considering the fact that there were 114 runs on the board before RCB finally lost their first wicket. However, SRH posted an absolute comeback for the ages in the second half of the innings, choking the flow of runs, aided of course by some poor batting from RCB, and ended up winning by 8 runs. What a wonderful way to actually seal your first title. And to make it even better for SRH, they remain so far the only team to have won both the Eliminator and Qualifier 2 to reach the final and then go on to win the final. So it was a massive achievement, one that has not been topped since then. Incidentally, the only team that came close to doing that were KKR in 2021, but they ended up losing out in the final game. After this, SRH didn't have to wait too long to actually make it to the final once again. They did so in 2018. But 2018 unfortunately saw them put up a bit of an underpar performance in a game that, truth be told, many thought they could have potentially been winning. They faced off against the Chennai Super Kings, who were making a comeback that year after a 2-year ban, and the game was in Mumbai, but SRH were only able to post a rather underpar 178 for 6 in the first innings. Of course, 178 for 6 turned out to be a somewhat tricky chase because again, SRH did have the bowlers to trouble the CSK guys, but CSK, thanks to a wonderful century from Shane Watson, who ended up actually winning the game in 18.3 overs. And this match is remembered more so than anything else for the redemption of Shane Watson. Remember, the Aussie all-rounder was part of RCB in 2016 when they lost the final to SRH, and he played a pretty poor knock. Not only was he not very good with the bat, even with the ball he was expensive in his 4 overs. But this game, he turned it around, batting practically on one leg by the end of the game. He ended up getting an unbeaten century to steer CSK, back then known as the Dad's Army, because they bought so many players who were over the age of 30. Well, the Dad's Army were the IPL champions once again. Unfortunately for SRH, the time since then has seen them become a bit of a yo-yo side. They'll sometimes be in the playoffs, sometimes mired in the bottom half of the table. There really has been no in-between. But the 2024 side do look very much like the real deal, and whilst I'll stop short from predicting them as the clear-cut winners, let's just say the match between them and KKR, even Stevens contest, and definitely a game between the 2 best teams of the IPL in this year. What do you guys think? Do you think SRH are going to be third time lucky and add a second title to their ranks, or do you think they're going to fall short against KKR once again? You can let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to download the SportsTech app, and if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've done as well. But now from my side, it is goodbye.